the way we can understand this in the full context of the document is that they intend to support movements, sovereigntist movements in individual European countries like Germany, France, Great Britain, and so forth. And so I think that this is quite consistent with what we see happening. And I just remember the fourth American European official who kind of seems to have changed his position on Ukraine war was Alex Staub, the president of Finland, who suddenly softened his stance as well. I think that the United States is keen on cultivating good relations with sovereigntist movements in Germany, France, Britain, and other countries like Hungary, Poland, and so forth. But I think they want to see the EU and NATO dissolved. Of course, they cannot say that outright in the open, but I think that this is what, because, even now Trump, when he talks about NATO and US participation in NATO, he's pretty much talking about we will sell them weapons, as though the United States no longer is part of that alliance. In full historical sense, that makes, in full historical context, that makes sense. But it shocks you when you look at it from the point of view of the continuity of 60 years of the post-World War II global order, where, the United States was not only the core member of NATO, they were the whole NATO. And now Trump speaks as though the United States is an outside force, which will support them, but for a consideration. So I think that this is what we're talking about. And this is also consistent with the idea that there needs to be a new security architecture for the European continent, and that obviously means not the one associated with NATO, because NATO is, the foundation of the current security architecture. A future one, obviously, to the extent that is different, has to exclude NATO. NATO has become irrelevant. I think that the Americans have been aware of this for a very long time, which is why they elected Trump 3 times in a row. And I think that this time around, the Trump administration and their counterparts in Russia and in China are working together in concert to achieve those objectives.